What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Grounded 2. This episode, it's all about their latest patch, 0.1.3. So smash that like button, consider hitting the subscribe, and let's jump into it. Quality of life updates. Snail shells would now automatically despawn after 24 hours. This is going to be really good for those players that had those shells not despawning. Added various game repair options for fixing saves. We intend this to be a quick fix while we work on some major changes down the road. So they added in a new thing in the game repair. If you go into it, you now have fixed bug locations, cancelled nearby blueprints, recover backpacks, which was always there, and your buggies sent back to the nest. So this is going to be really handy for all those players that were getting things, bugs stuck in certain locations. You couldn't get back to your base. We all had those dramas. We all had those problems. Okay, moving on to the next thing. They added UI about saved data limits capped to 10. So in 0.1.2 update, we added a limit on the amount of saves players can have per world. Players before this update can still have hundreds of saves, and they notice some performance issues with this. So if you have a bunch of saves, make sure you go back and delete all unwanted, unneeded saves in order to increase your performance. Alright, on to the next one. Major bug fixes made significant improvement in game stability with an estimated 30% performance gain compared to version 0.1.2.1. As we are in early access, we continue to improve performance and stability throughout development. Crash fixes. Okay, I know a lot of people have been getting crashes, including myself. Let's see what they've fixed here. Resolved a crash triggered when fleeing from the ORC wave. Fixed crash occurring when accessing various UI items. Address several other crash scenarios. So I actually got a crash after this update on the NVIDIA RTX 5090. I had some driver issues and I ended up having to update my drivers. So I don't know if anyone else has been getting that problem. If you have, maybe try doing that. And then, so I actually had some crashes after this update. So hopefully they managed to fix this and get it all dialed in. It is early access, so, it is what it is. All right, general performance improvements made when opening UI. Fixed various issues on the back end not being able to log into Microsoft account on all platforms. Resolved an issue where certain players could not start the mysterious stranger fight in certain scenarios. Fixed a progression break where the passage to the Icicles Arena would become blocked after save and load. Resolved an issue where some creatures appeared without textures. I did have this one. Patched several duplication exploits involving the Buggy inventory. Oh no, so many people are going to be upset about that one. That's unfortunate. They didn't expect that to happen in the game, so I have heard people are starting to find workarounds already for that, which is pretty crazy that they managed to figure that out so quickly. Fixed an issue where consumables used on buggies had infinite durability. Ooh, that was a crazy one. Unfortunately, it's been fixed, so yeah. Story/quests. Players who completed the MIX.R before doing the ORC Receiver quests will now have all quests up to wait, there's more, be auto-completed upon completion of the MIX.R. Well, that's pretty interesting, that one. They're going to automatically complete it. I don't know. The park. Resources will no longer respawn through player-built structures. You will have to chop down resources already growing through your base after the update. But after chopping down, it will no longer return. Orc creatures will now remain in stationary at their intended guard posts instead of roaming. Fixed an issue where players are prompted to repurchase tablet foundations. I actually had this problem, which was, I'd seen it and thought, it was a bit weird, but I didn't realize it was a glitch. Players should no longer spawn on top of the skybox. All right, yeah, I've seen a few people having this problem. Same as the feathers being spawning on top as well. So hopefully they managed to fix this one. All right, on to the next. Buggies. Removed unused torch UI from the buggies. The users can still equip the torch on their buggies, Mouse and keyboard by using 5 or using V from your hot pouch. From controller, hold LB, then use your right stick to select the torch. Combat. Fixed a bug where only 2 mutations were equipped after saving and loading. I actually ran into this problem, so I'm glad they managed to fix this. Address multiple bugs related to losing equipment. This is another one, so they're doing a really good job here. The Mantis should no longer freeze mid-air during its jump attack. I did actually see this one, and I actually thought it was like part of his combat, you know. I didn't realize it was a bug, so yeah, good to see they fixed that one as well. Fixed a bug where certain orc creature cards could not be retrieved after defeating them. This should be retroactivated to your save file. Audio. Corrected various robotic voices from various teenagers. I did notice this sometimes, so I'm glad they fixed that one as well. UI. Rust will now display correctly instead of showing an invalid harvest node. So I'm glad they did this, because a lot of people were saying that Rust wasn't going to be in the game. I don't see how it wouldn't be. You know, like, it's been in number 1. I'd say everything from number 1 is going to come to number 2. Like, why not use it if you've already created it? Fix the issue where changing the Omni tool key binding in the settings does not update the UI prompt for the repair action. Resolve the Omni tool and interaction keybinds where conflicts with each other. So that's update 0.1.3. They've been doing a really good job at jumping on all the problems that players have been having. A lot of those problems I've actually had myself, and I'm actually surprised that they've jumped onto them and fixed them so rapidly and so quickly. So obviously there's still going to be a lot more problems, a lot more things for them to iron out. However, it's been pretty good. I'm glad you've all been here to come along for the ride. Yeah, smash the like button, consider hitting that subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next episode. See you later.